Hello guys, how you doing? In this video today we're going to be talking about why some people get rich while others are poor while they are in the same job. Money mindset and spending habits. So you can be in the same job with your friend and your friend is living a really comfortable life. This guy is happy about how everything is taking him, and you guys get the same income. And you wonder, why is this guy living a rich life, a really comfortable life, while I'm struggling paying my debts, I'm struggling taking care of my daily expenses. It usually comes to about how you spend your money and how you think about money. If you have that growth mindset, that money mindset and that growth mindset, you're someone who is always thinking about growing other than just spending your money recklessly. It's going to be easier for you to level up when it comes to hitting your financial goals. But if you aren't in the growth mindset and you're comfortable with the paycheck that you get from your job, that is going to make a difference. You're going to find yourself, you are very poor, while your friend is just enjoying life, simply because this guy has a growth mindset while you don't have. Change the way you think about money, change the way you perceive your income, and the moment you do that, this is going to help you level up and become the financial beast you want to be. And you're going to find that you're living a really comfortable life with the same income that you get from that job. So it's always about money mindset. And when it comes to spending habits, if you are the kind of person who always spends money without having a clear goal in mind, you don't have a budget, you don't have something that is guiding you on how to spend this income that you get every month from your job, it's going to be really tough for you to reach your financial goals. You're always going to find yourself struggling simply because you're spending your money on things that you actually don't need in your life, and this is wasting you. So if your spending habits are really poor, and the spending habits can only be poor based on how you track your income, how you spend your income, and how you are taking care of your expenses. Those spending habits, the impulse buying, your spending habits really plays a big role when it comes to how you want your life to be. So if you're that kind of person who always spends money recklessly without having a clear goal in mind, you're actually not following any strategy of budgeting, you are just spending your money the way you feel like, this is going to be really hard. You're always going to find yourself behind, while your friend who is actually implementing these things, your friend is going to be on the forefront while you're going to be behind, simply because you'll be always in debts, you'll always be struggling to pay your bills, simply because you're actually not prioritizing the right things. You're not taking care of your money the way you should. So your spending habits also plays a big role when it comes to this point, whereby you are poor, you're struggling, really struggling really bad, while your friend with the same income in the same company is enjoying life. So it's all about that money mindset and spending habits. So change about how you think about your money, change about how you perceive your income, and this is going to help you level up. On the spending habit, always be mindful about how you spend your cash, always have a budget, and also have a strategy that will help you clear your debts that are behind you, because this is something else that is also dragging you behind. So because you can't be the same with a guy who is actually on another level, with a guy who doesn't have debts, someone who is only working to build, someone who is only working to invest in the things that he's actually planning. But if you're someone who is always paying debts, the debts keep on increasing, you're always paying them, your debts are racking up, it's going to be hard for you to focus on building yourself, simply because you have debts to clear, and you'll always be quick to work on them, simply because the interest is going to be higher. As the interest increases, your debts will keep on racking up. That's something else that is going to affect you. If you're that kind of person who always wants an instant pleasure, the moment your income comes in, the only thing you think about is partying, enjoying life, and forgetting about other important things that you have to work on, this is something that is keeping you poor. While your friend who is actually thinking of sacrificing the income that he has, sacrificing his pleasure right now so that he can benefit in the future, this is someone on another level. So you should always delay things, sacrifice your time right now, sacrifice your income right now, so that it can work for you in the future. But if you're the kind of person who is always seeking for pleasure the moment your income hits in your bank, man, you're going to be poor while your friend is living a rich life, while you are in the same company and you're earning the same amount of income. So let's talk about something else that is happening here. You know, you're working in the same company with your friend. Your friend is living a really good life while you are struggling financially. Something else that is causing that is lifestyle creep. You know, you're spending more than you earn. You know, the more you earn, the more you spend. It can be on that cycle, or it can be the opposite one, where you spend more than the amount of money you earn. This is something else that is affecting you. So if you're the kind of person who is always jumping into lifestyle trends, you know, you're checking out the most recent trend that is going on out there, the fancy things that are going on, the experiences that people are indulging themselves in, and you throw yourself at that without thinking about how your income plays a big role in that. Actually, this is affecting you. This is keeping you poor, while your friend, who is actually not following the trends out there, who is not following the flashiest lifestyle that he or she sees on the internet, your friend is actually living a really good life. So lifestyle creep, you have to avoid that. Lifestyle creep, lifestyle inflation. Don't spend more money than you earn. Always just spend less than you earn. That is going to keep you on the track, because you'll ensure that you pay your bills. You'll ensure that you take care of your debts. You'll ensure that you have an emergency fund somewhere, simply because you're not spending your money for the things just to impress other people, just to show people that you're also living a life. Man, who cares about that? This lifestyle creep is something that is affecting lots of people out there. So if you're that person who is actually spending more than he or she earns, then that is the reason why you are poor, while your friend who is actually living, you know, so your friend who is living below his means or her means is actually living a really simple and a happy life. So always be mindful about how you spend your money. Always be mindful about the lifestyle you choose. You know, choose a lifestyle that you can afford. Choose a lifestyle that can work for you. Choose a lifestyle that is below your means, and avoid the fancy things that you see out there. Avoid the trendy lifestyle choices that people make outside there. Just live below your means. You know, just spend less than you earn. This is something that is going to help you. If you're the kind of person who is actually going to be following trends outside there, you know, and spending more than you earn, or the more you earn, the more you spend, this is going to affect you in a way that you won't be able to pay your debts. You won't be able, you know, to save money. The income that you get will always go directly to your expenses, and this is going to affect you in a long term. The moment you won't even start an emergency fund. If you don't have an emergency fund, which is your safety net, the moment a small financial crisis just hits you, it can be a small one. When it hits you, simply because it requires about 5,000 or maybe let's say 2,000 bucks, and you don't have it there, that is a really huge thing that is going to drag you behind, and you're going to find yourself in debts. And the moment you start this habit of incurring debts, these debts are going to keep on increasing, and they're going to be your worst enemy when it comes to your financial progress. So this will take you to a point whereby you live paycheck to paycheck, and you'll also find that the paycheck that you used to live on, you know, that used to make you so comfortable, is actually not enough even to pay your bills. So you have to think about that. Lifestyle creep, guys, lifestyle inflation. This is one of the reasons why you are poor, while your friend is living a really comfortable life, while you're earning the same income, while you're in the same company, while you're under the same management. Another reason why some people are poor while others are rich while working in the same company under the same management is just financial literacy. Man, financial literacy is really important. Knowing how money works, you know, how you can invest your money, how you can make your money grow, how you can buy assets, you know, how interests work, how debts work, you know. When you know these tiny details when it comes to finance, guys, this one is going to set you up for success. Somebody who knows how to budget, somebody who knows how to save money, somebody who knows how the interests work, how the debts work out there. This guy is going to be mindful about how he or she spends his or her money. Well, if you don't know anything about debts, about how things work, how the money revolves, how to grow your money, you're not even going to think about expanding or growing as an individual when it comes to your financial progresses. You'll always be relying on what you have, and this is going to affect you. You won't even be aware about how things are progressing out there, the money market, how it's going on, the stock, how the stock is going on, you know. But someone who is actually knowledgeable about these things, about money, someone who knows how money revolves out there, how things are changing every now and then, this guy is going to be curious. This guy is going to be focusing on how he spends his or her every dollar, you know. So this is something else that affects lots of people. So if you don't have financial literacy, well, your friend outside there who is working in the same company knows about how debts work, how interests work, how to grow his or her money. Your friend is going to be rich while you're going to be poor. So we need the financial literacy to help us level up and become the financial beast we want to be. So it's always better, spend a few dollars here and there, invest in yourself, learn about money, personal finance, learn about how you can grow your money, learn about how you can save your money, learn on how you can craft a really good budget, you know. It's these simply tiny things that you might be ignoring are actually making a difference, because if you know how to spend your money, how to track your money, it's going to actually give you an opportunity to save more money. It's going to help you prevent you from overspending, and you're going to find yourself that you are leveling up, you are saving more, and you are saving more, you're paying your debts really quick, and you have the chance to grow into the person you want to be. So this usually also plays a really big role when it comes to about this difference that we are talking about here. So the use of free time also plays a big role when it comes to this difference that we're talking about here. The way you spend your time, guys, really matters. You guys may be in the same company, we're working under the same management, but in the evenings, you know, I spend my evening working on my side hustles. While you spend your evening binge show, you know, you watch series, you spend your entire time playing video games, you know. Guys, we are not going to be the same. I'm always going to be leveling up every day, you know, because of how I spend my time. People usually say time is money. And someone who is actually spending his time to build up his wealth, someone who is actually spending his time to learn new skills, this person is going to level up really quick, and this guy is going to have some extra streams of income, because I usually say one new skill is equal to one new income stream. So if you take your time, you spend your time learning things that are going to improve you as an individual, give you the skills that you need to level up when it comes to your financial progresses, it's going to be easier for you to hit your goals, other than someone who is actually wasting his or her time. So how you spend your weekends, how you spend your evenings also plays a big role. So the time outside the work also influences on how this difference comes to be. So someone who is actually putting time to work on his side hustles, passive income stream every single day, after 2 years, this guy is going to be super rich, because if you have more streams of income, the probability of you going broke are going to be really hard. And if this guy is someone who is also financially knowledgeable, this guy is also going to keep on racking cash, you know. The more cash you rack, the more money you put by your side, it's going to be it's going to help you level up and become the financial beast you want to be. So the way you spend your time plays a big role on your finances too. So if you're someone who can't sacrifice the evenings and the weekends to work on other sources of income, then this is the reason why you are poor, while someone else who is working in the same company as you under the same management is rich. Networking and personal branding is something else that causes this big difference. You're working in the same company, you are poor, while your friend is living a really comfortable life. You have to leverage the connections that you have. when you go out in a meeting, maybe you meet out with other people who are working in different departments. You have to collaborate with these people, get to know them, ask about how they're doing their work, ask about how they are improving every single year that they're working on the project that they're working on. This is something you have to do. But if you're not leveraging the connection that you have, you are not communicating with the people who are actually in better places than you are, you're actually missing out. But someone who is using these connections in a really good way, this person is actually leveling up. This person is likely to get other extra source of income, of side hustle from those guys. Or this person might get some tips on how he or she can level up quick and get promotion and get raises in the same company that you are. So the way you use your connections and how you communicate with the people you meet outside there also plays a really, really big role. If you're not using those connections and leveraging them, this might be the reason why you're poor while your friend is rich. And another thing is actually personal branding. It actually relates on the matter of networking and connecting with the other people which might be in the same category, same industry or not. So if you're someone who is actually branding yourself positively, someone who is actually pushing him or herself and trying to get people to notice your work, this is going to help you leverage that. You're going to find yourself in really good positions, while other people who are actually not doing personal branding, people who are not pushing themselves out there, people who are not showing up, who are not taking themselves out there, you're just playing under the radar. This is something that is also affecting you. So if you're that kind of person who is actually not doing personal branding, you're not asking for raises, you're not asking for promotions, you're just under the radar simply because you think you actually don't deserve that, simply because you think you're not good enough, this is always going to keep you there. You're going to be earning the same amount of income you earn while your friend is going to get a rise, And this is something else, that this is one of the reasons why you are poor while your friend out there is just crushing it. So networking and personal branding is something that you should check on if you find yourself in this position. Don't sleep on the connections that you get. Don't sleep on the new contacts that you have. Always put them to work. Always talk to people. Always learn new things. Learn new ways about these people, how these people are making it outside there. This is something that is going to help you become another person when it comes to your financial progresses. You might be working in the same company. I'm rich while you're poor. This is because I'm taking risk while you're playing it safe. Guys, this is something that you really should take note of. If you're playing it safe, you are afraid of failure. You are afraid of how things are going to turn out to be the moment you invest your money into a certain stock. This is something that is actually keeping you down. Someone who is actually taking risks, someone who is actually not afraid of failure, someone who is putting his money into investments, someone who is taking his money into real estate. This guy is likely to make it. Well, if you're playing safe, you're going to be safe. It's real, it's true. You're not going to incur the losses maybe, and you're going to be fine. But you're just going to be on the same income that you earn. You are going to be on the same level. You're not going to level up because you're not taking a step forward, further. But someone who is actually putting his mind into investing, someone who's actually not afraid of failure, someone who is checking the markets, and actually taking a step forward into investing, this person is likely to make it. This person is going to make lots of money while you are going to be stuck on the same amount of income that you earn, or going to be depending on the same paycheck month after month, while someone else who is taking his money into real estate, investing, buying stocks, this guy is going to be rich. So if you're playing it safe, this is something else that is keeping you poor. Always don't be afraid of risk. Don't let fear drag you down. But before you invest into something really heavily, take your time, do your research about the stock that you're trying to invest in, do your research about the market that you're trying to dip into. If it's real estate, do a thorough research. If you can't do that, find someone who's going to help you out there and learn about how things are working outside there instead of playing it safe. If you're playing it safe, if you are afraid of taking the risk, man, you are losing it. People say no risk, no reward. And this is one of the reasons why some other people are poor while others are rich while working in the same company. Because others are taking risks while you are playing it safe. Another reason why other people are poor while others are rich while working in the same company is always about budgeting. Mindful budgeting. Someone who knows how to budget while someone else who doesn't know how to budget, these people are not going to be the same. Someone who knows how to budget, someone who knows how to track his or her income, someone who is actually mindful about every single thing that he or she buys, this person is going to be on another level. While someone who is actually spending money recklessly without being mindful about it, this someone is going to be poor. The moment you know how to work with the budget, you know how to craft a really concrete budget and follow it to the letter, and you are disciplined enough not to meander around it or go above it, guys, you're going to find yourself that you're spending money subconsciously. You're spending money in a way that works for you. You're spending money correctly, not extravagantly. You're also going to find yourself saving more. You're also going to find yourself that you always deposit some cash into your emergency fund, and this is going to give you the safety net that you want. But if you are not mindful about how you spend money, it will be hard for you to cut the unnecessary expenses that are there. You're going to find yourself jumping into purchases simply because they were 40% off. This is something that is going to keep you poor. And the moment you don't know how to spend your money, guys, that is going to keep you poor. There's no way you're going to level up and become the person you want to be, simply because you're not keeping track of your money. You're not cutting the unnecessary expenses that you have to, simply because you're not saving money, simply because you don't know how to craft a really good budget that is going to work for you. So guys, these are some of the reasons why other people are rich while others are poor while on the same amount of income. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you find this kind of content really helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I hope you level up and become the financial beast you always want to be.